yeah, today we're going to do some Long Dark. I'm going to do some more survival mode attempts, see how far I can get. Hopefully we won't have some really bad ones again like last time. We had some really bad starts last time I tried to do this, so I'm hoping to do that. I don't know if I'll move on to any other game today afterwards. I guess I'll see what time's like later on. But, yeah, I think I'm only going to stream this today. So we'll see. As for what's coming up, I'll be around tomorrow and Friday at around the usual time of about 3 PM Eastern Standard Time. But after that, I will be gone until Wednesday, and then I won't be able to stream until Thursday because I'm going away like on a trip for a few days over the weekend. So, yeah. I thought I'd let you all know before getting started, you know? So, let's get started with some survival mode. Now, I have been playing something off stream, this 3 AM one I've called here. I'm doing okay at the moment on there. So, I don't know, if I need to, I might come back to this save and we'll use that for our stream save. I've not gone very far on it, but I've got a good start, you know, I've not died or taken any frostbite damage or anything, so... yeah, it's been a pretty decent start. Let's start a new game. Interloper. Activate free runner because that's the only thing I've got. I don't know. They used to tell you your progress on these, like show you how far along you were to getting these unlocked. Doesn't seem to do that on this page anymore. I think you have to look at a different page. Either way, let's see. Yes, stream survival. Maybe. Maybe. So let's see where we start. I'm hoping we don't get a very bad place to start. I can find my way out of Timberwolf Mountain. If I start there, I can find my way out of Desolation Point if I start there. If I end up at Hushed River Valley, though, I am lost. So I'm hoping that we don't end up there, because that's a new place to me. I've not actually played much after like that update came out that brought that along. So it's kind of a weird one for me. Desolation Point, it looks like. Yep, definitely Desolation Point. So I could go straight to the coal mine, but the lighthouse would be worthwhile to go to, as well as the stone church. I hope there's no wolves or bears waiting for me up here. Just trying to collect some sticks to get started. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, there's a load of rabbits around here. And some food. There is a deer as well. Too bad I don't have any way really to be carving it up. There's no rocks around here either for me to throw at the rabbits. Nothing. No, I don't think there's a way down from here. I could be wrong. Yeah, there's not really a way down, so... let's go back around onto the seafront and go back around that way. This is useful to note, though, that there's rabbits here and this deer here. So I'll definitely come back to this spot at some point, but I need to, you know, get started. Go somewhere where there's going to be some gear for me. I'm going to hope as well that I don't run into wolves over at the actual lighthouse. It's usually quite common for that to happen for me.
So cold in my life.
I can hear them already. And because I've got no stones, I can't toss them at them. There is a deer there, though, so... I feel a bit safer when I see a deer in place. Like, in an area where there's wolves. Because the wolves are less likely to be by the deer, though they will hunt the deer if they see it. So I can use it as a distraction. They definitely like to hang out by the lighthouse, though, these wolves. And that's usually what gets me killed, so... Whoops. I've also gotten better with the stone throwing while I've been playing my survival game offline. I've sort of worked out the best, like, reference point on the hand throw, you know, on this, to, like, work out how you're going to throw. You sort of aim for, like, the top of the thumb. And that's kind of like your crosshair in a way. I'm going to search this boat because I've found a fish in here before. It's been useful for a starting item. Doesn't look like I'm lucky today, though. So I do need to take advantage of, like, climbing down the sides of these areas when I see wolves in the way. Because that's something I don't do enough of on Interloper. I'm hoping to get a good Interloper attempt in, though, because it's been a while since I've had a really good one. I think my best was about 20-something days. I'm nowhere near the best at this, or, you know, even that good at it. But I enjoyed the challenge, you know, and I kind of hope to be able to... I don't know, I've got some goals in mind for if we get going with this. Like, one goal I want to do is try to get all of the animal clothing that you can make. I want to be able to get, there's like an achievement you have to unlock, where you get like a wolf coat, a bear, like sleeping bag, deer pants, etc. There's something along those lines that I want to get. So I'm thinking about going for that achievement as part of this if I get going and survive long enough. There's also, you know, surviving for 50 days and then 100 days. If I could manage to survive for 50 days, I'd be pretty happy on Interloper. Now, I've heard, generally, once you get past day, well, like, about 20 or so days in, and you've got, like, a few of the tools you need, a few of the items, etc., you can, well, the game becomes a bit easier. Not super easy, but it just becomes a bit easier. At least I didn't spawn with a t-shirt this time. There was a time I spawned with just a t-shirt, and it was really bad. This place isn't warm enough to keep me warm, or I don't have enough clothing to keep me warm. This feels like -2. Sewing kit. There is some food in here. It may not be worth sticking around in here, though. Nope, left behind. I don't think there's a whole lot more in this building. So I might have to go to the church. That might be my best bet. I really should put my stone away when I'm not outside. Whoops. There we go. Because then I'll stop throwing them at everything when I'm just searching. So I always feel like Desolation Point is a hard starting place. I always feel like there's not enough things to begin with. I feel like this place is a place you come to later, rather than a place that you start at. Same with Timberwolf Mountain. But at least with Timberwolf Mountain, you're pretty close to the exit of that area, so you can just escape straight into Pleasant Valley very quickly. I've got no choice. I'm going to have to go back outside. I'm going to hope there's no wolves, like, guarding the exit, because they like to do that. I could go to the ship, actually. Maybe if I climb down this side of the mountain over here and go into the ship area. That might be best. Do one final check, see if there's any matches or anything. But I don't think there is. I didn't see anything laying around underneath anything. So, I don't think there's anything here. I think we got everything we need, like, could get from here. Snow's coming down. Okay, let's try and get to the ship. And hopefully we don't get a sprained foot or ankle or whatever. Or break our legs. There is a time where that would have broken my legs about 10 times, climbing down there. If I go closer to the water, actually, I might be able to find a fish just out on the side. Out on the ice. Although I would be able to see it from here, actually. Let's quickly dip into this car over here that's crashed at the bottom of this bridge. And then we'll go inside the ship over there. There is a chance there might be matches in the ship because there is a forge area in there, so... And it might be a good place to find a heavy hammer as well. Besides that, I'm not really sure what else I can find. Or like... I mean, I could stay in there. There's a bed in there as well. And there is usually some food. I think a deer can spawn over there by the waterfall that you can harvest, but it doesn't seem to be one there at the moment. Although it is kind of hard to tell with this weather. Because I think when the weather's like this, when it's pretty snowy like this, the crows don't actually spawn over bodies. I definitely could do with a coat or something. Or some sort of jacket, that would help. Just more clothing in general. I feel like really early on, clothing is very important for Interloper. And it continues to be important, you know, as the weather gets worse and the temperatures drop. Okay, so it's still cold. Let me dash upstairs, see if there's anything up here. As far as clothing goes. Metal bed frame. Doesn't seem to be. Doesn't seem to be much here in general. I might have to run over to the processing plant. Some peaches. And some soup. That's a good tip, actually. Picking up all these cans of food. You can cook most of these cans of food. And that's good for getting your cooking skill, like, raised. Like, pretty quickly. And it's something I recommend. Frozen angler book.
What have we here?
Nice. Scarf. Put that on. That might help just a little bit. Now, I did think about doing a challenge instead today, but I think I'll save the challenges for a bit later on. There's some coal in here, which is kind of useful to keep here, but at the same time, coal's not going to matter down here too much, because I'm not going to really forge here. I think I'm going to forge up at Forlorn Muskeg when I get up there. It's a better crafting place, I feel like. Well, it's a better place for doing the forge stuff. Come on, give me a coat. Nothing. Well, this has been a bust. There's a deer out on the ice there. Well, I guess to the processing plant we go. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I always struggle to get a good start in Desolation Point. I've had it where I've managed to survive like 1 or 2 days, And I get, like, stuck doing things. Oh, whoops. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I have times where I can get started in Desolation Point, but then just end up dying because I use my resources too fast, or, you know, I don't, like, do this area correctly or leave it in time. One of the other hard places actually to start off at is Forlorn Muskeg. That's a really hard place to start off at on this game. But the good thing about Forlorn Muskeg is you can get to Mystery Lake and Milton really fast. So I've learnt about the well-fed mechanic while I've been playing my own survival attempt off-stream. It's been pretty good. So the well-fed mechanic, you make sure you don't have, you know, an empty belly for 3 days, and it'll give you some extra health and a carry weight bonus, which is really good. It kind of changes how you play Interloper somewhat. Because I know for a lot of people who play Interloper, they do like the starving tactic, where you will starve yourself over time, and you'd only eat to sleep, so you can regain your health back. At least for a while anyway, you do the starving tactic. But it changes up Interloper somewhat when you've got that to consider as an option. So let's start at this end. Hopefully we'll find something. I don't know if we're going to, though. We don't have a pry bar yet for that. I'm just sort of doing a really loose sort of look around here. Trying to keep moving. Things do spawn behind things or underneath things all over the place in Interloper. So sometimes in a place where you think there's nothing, you can just come across something. Or like, you can come across things that are hidden behind things or underneath things. Ooh, lantern fuel. But it's very easy to just miss things when you are, you know, not looking at every little crevice and stuff. Okay. I mean, I could have broke some of those crates for some wood, but I don't have any matches yet, so that would have been pointless. There are wolves that like to hang around outside of here, so I'm going to try and stay away from them. It should be light enough in here for me to look around properly. One of the problems I consistently have with this place is I come in and it's too dark to search properly. And there's so many like hidden areas to check. Book, that's really useful. It's really good for starting fires, because it gives you a high succession chance.
I could use this.
Yes. What's better right now? That's better than that. Is that... Okay. The scarf is not as good as the cotton toque here. Still feels like -1 though, so I'm still losing health rapidly. I could sleep. That would give me some health back. It's not ideal though for right now. I really do need just some more clothes though, so I can just even out at least. Nothing else there. Keep mistaking these trash like items for actual things for me to pick up. Soda, that's pretty good.
die if I don't warm up soon.
Hypothermia, really? I need to stay above freezing for 24 hours. I think I'm probably just going to die, then. I don't think this is going to be very good for me. This, start. Could try getting a fire going, but I still don't have any matches or even tinder yet, so... There is a flare there I could use. So it's like 10, I think? Yep. $10, $25. I don't know what the other one is yet. Just take it slow as we go around again. Take it easy. There it is. Come on, coat. Don't screw it up. I'll try not to, Justin. How are you doing today? I'm already screwing it up, by the way. I've already got hypothermia, so I'm off to a pretty bad start. Let me think. I need to get up there. Because there's a guy with a backpack over here, usually. And, I should be able to get something out of it. There is a torch here as well. Light a fire with a flare or you'll die. I can use a torch as well, but... Oh, no, I can't use a torch. I need the match. Yeah, I'll go and use a flare, so I can light that fire. Hey, I'm warming up now. Nice. Where did I see that flare? There it is. I almost forgot about it. Oh, I need to light the flare first. There it is. Cool.
I need to find a place to rest.
I don't really have that much in the way of fire materials, but this will do. Like crunchy stuff. So we'll just get the fire going a little bit. I'll use one cedar firewood, I don't need much more. Damn it, you lit it. Well, of course. I am super tired now. Because of hypothermia is just kicking my ass at the moment. Could cook some food real quick.
I'm getting weaker.
If you look closely, you'll find matches upstairs. I'll have another look. Sleep, going to the long dark. I don't really want to do that yet. Right, so let's have a quick look upstairs while that's cooking. Don't get stuck on the random planks. Oh yeah, I missed them. Good call. Yeah, I don't know. I think I usually find the matches downstairs when I've found them before. I could be wrong though. I think I found them like there or on this table before. Let's take that. So I'm cooking these more to get my stat up. To get my cooking stat up. I should melt some snow, actually, while I've got the fire going. 25% was lost, that was bad. And now I'm dying because I need to sleep. I've got a good amount of calories in me at the moment, but I probably should sleep right now. I'll get this water melted so I've got some snow. I mean some... I'll melt this snow so I've got some water, and then I shall go and sleep, I think, because otherwise I'm going to die. I'm going to eat that for the hydration. Let's drink that. Right. I gotta get upstairs and sleep. I'm probably gonna die actually here. Cool. When I play Interloper, one of the first things I always do is die. It happens. Oh, there's an Aurora right now.
I could eat anything.
So I need to stay warm for another 13 hours or so. I could melt some more water because I'm gonna dehydrate otherwise. I've not searched this whole place yet, so there might be a few more things hidden around I can grab. It's only -1 though, so it's going to take a while for the temperature to go down. Although I do need water. And my fatigue is going down really fast as well from the hypothermia, so... There is some more wood here. We do have some tinder.
Never been so hungry in my life.
I thought it was something there for a second. So I might have to drink the soda actually for right now. So I don't dehydrate. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job of searching this place at the moment, but I'm more concerned with just staying alive at the moment. Let me think. There's still a trailer outside I've not checked, and I've not been to the stone church yet. So I think that's what I should do once I've got rid of my hypothermia. But first, I definitely need to melt some more water. Plus, while melting water, it will keep me above freezing temperature and should work on my hypothermia a bit more.
Come on. Come on.
I'm just glad I don't have frostbite.
That's done.
Like, frostbite is a lot worse of a thing to get on this than, you know, hypothermia is. Okay, let's melt some snow. Do I have a second can yet? No. Let's do the soup. Have you been up the big pipe? The one that goes up to the ledge where the dead guy is? That one over there. I've been up there, if that's the one you mean. Looks delicious. It's gonna be delicious. Right, it's past time. Just drink that. And then I need to melt a bit more. So I've got water for when I wake up. Do I have any more? No, I don't. Right, let's take that.
Something's making me feel really tired.
Yeah, there's nothing else that I can do. Let's get out of there. So I'll go and sleep again. And hopefully I will get going. Like here shortly. Oh wait.
Right about
I
now.
need to eat first before I sleep. Let's eat the peaches. Hi, Filth. What do I do? I just, on this game or just in general? Because, I stream a variety of games. I'm just, streaming this today, but I try to stream other games, quite often. As for on this game, we just, we try to survive, but die a lot. I am, not very good at this game. Hypothermia, is it passed yet? Remain above freezing for 1 more hour. Okay.
I could eat anything right now.
This scheme seems pretty interesting, but I didn't get into it. It's half a really cool story and half of warming up around barrels. Yeah, pretty much. It's a fun survival game though. Like, if you're looking for a good challenge, it's a good survival game. I'm sorry, Phil, if I don't speak Russian. I used to know Russian better than I do. I used to, like, I learnt Russian in my spare time when I was younger, but I no longer can do. What's the bitrate? Bitrate is 4K, I think. I've not got it very high, but it's high enough. You know what? I should just sit in bed for an hour, and that should cure my hypothermia. Because I should be warm enough. Yes! It did it. Oh, he wants to know the type of microphone I use. I use a, what the hell is this microphone? An Audio-Technica. AT2020 into a
my stomach is eating itself.
into a Focusrite Red Scarlet Solo. That's what I currently use. I do use a Snowball sometimes though. A Blue Snowball is a really good microphone if you want to get started doing streaming or videos and stuff. I shouldn't eat yet. I should dump that. There's nothing more really I can do at the moment in here. I should just, yeah, get out of here. Does your guy ever stop whining? Nope. He's a complainer. What a pity that I cannot speak English at a high level. That's okay. Like, it's completely fine if you can't speak English. I just unfortunately don't know Russian at a very, well, even a basic level these days. But, yeah. I thought it was a thing in there for a second. I'm glad there's no wolves outside at the moment. Honestly, you're probably fine with your English. It's coming across pretty well in chat. I definitely know people who are like native English people, you know, native English speakers who are way worse at it. I will not interfere. No, that's fine. You can stay. There's you're not interfering or anything. My man Justin here doing his best. Yeah, I really need to pick up Russian again. I need to, like, learn it again, because it's kind of a fun language to learn. And it's quite a useful one, especially with some of the games I play, like, where there's, like, quite a lot of Russian players. Right, I can hear a wolf in the distance. I think I'm fine, actually, around here.
Thank goodness.
All he does is whine, but the girl is worse. Oh yeah, for sure. The female character on this game is a lot more whiny than the male character is. Like, they really upplayed, like, her whining, you know, they really decided to go all out with her voiceover. Nuts and stuff, exactly. That's what we're here for. Now you can sort of shimmy up here a little bit. There is like a mine up here I can go inside of. I can't remember if
Oh! Damn.
Well,
You gotta be more careful.
that sucked. That made me jump. Let's see, I've got a bandage, I can use it. It actually made me jump that when it happened. Didn't expect it. So yeah, there should be a little mine over here I can go inside of, and that'll be warmer than out here. There also might be some stuff at spawns. Yep, I'll just toss that.
Can't feel my feet.
To whom I will not come also positive and kind. I thought a wolf bit your ass. I did for a second as well, just because of the just sudden, like, scream of pain and snapping and stuff. It was really bizarre. I think he means that he wasn't expecting us to be so positive and kind to him. Oh yeah, no, like, you know, I'm all for anybody who wants to come and watch, you know, and you know, everyone in chat's generally nice. Everyone's quite welcoming. Yeah, I can't really see my way through here. I'm wondering if I should just wait actually in here. I'm not. Well, yeah, the only person who's not nice is Justin there, Jay Wolf. He is always not nice to me, but he's nice to everybody else. So you don't have to worry about him. At least I don't think so. Okay, let me think about this. I'm not in a very good position right now. I do have a torch, actually. Let me use it. I'm actually disappointed that you're still alive. I know, Justin. I know I've disappointed you with my ability to stay alive so far. Justin's a dick. Kappa. Now, I don't need all this coal right now, but maybe I should store some of it, actually, instead of taking it all. Ooh, hacksaw. Yeah, I should store some of this coal so I don't end up taking it all. Strange that this stream does not pour into pixels. I think I've managed to find like a good like middle ground bitrate setting or something. It might go really bad when the snow gets really bad on this game. I think generally if there's a blizzard, the bitrate will be hit very hard on the stream and it'll go really pixelated. But I think at the moment I've managed to find like a nice setting for the stream. As if it's full HD. Yeah, it's... I think I've only got it set to 720p as well, so I'm not like trying to force it to be like a higher like quality than it should be, or too high of a quality, I should say. Because if you make it too high of a quality on Twitch, sometimes it just messes with the bitrate more than you want it to. Yeah, I need to stop picking up all this coal. I'm gonna take some coal at least, but not all of it. Yeah, I've got way too much coal at the moment. I think it helps that Long Dark is a very clean game visually. Yeah, I think visually it's a very clean game, and also the like sort of not cartoony, but it's like cell shaded style in a way, almost I can't say it, cell shaded. It runs on Unity and without too much post-processing, the bitrate really doesn't have a problem rendering it. Yeah, sure. I have it in 720 and the quality is worse than yours 2 times. And what is not? What bitrate do you use? It also depends actually on the sort of game you're playing. If you're playing a very fast game, it can make it very pixelated and stuff. I should put its torch away. Let's get a rock out just in case there's a wolf here. I want to go up to the stone church first, and then I'm going to leave this area. Oh yeah, I'm still in pain. Try running a bit higher. Yeah, if you've got the internet connection for it, you should try to aim for at least 3,000. I think I used to stream at about 3,000 a few years ago, and that worked pretty well. You don't need much more than 4,000, I think, for 720. 4,500 maybe. There's a marker here. What encoder do you use? I use, yeah, it definitely depends on the encoder you use as well, yeah. That's a good point, technical. Come back, rabbit. I use NVENC on my encoder as well with OBS. Yeah, that was a good throw. Sorry, Mr. Rabbit. Yeah, 3,000 is good. The ricochet. Yep. That was a really good. I'm proud of that throw. Oh, there's another one. Well, I don't want to be too smelly in case I run across a wolf or a bear. I used NVENC, yeah. NVENC is really good. If you have any sort of like decent NVIDIA graphics card, it runs really well with OBS. It probably runs good with XSplit as well. I just don't use XSplit.
My fingers feel numb.
Oh, nice. Cloves. I probably want to put these the other way around, actually. Let me put this on here and then put this on here. If you use AMD graphics cards, you'll need an extension to use a GPU-based one. Oh, really? Why does it not crumble with sharp movements? I think having it at 60 FPS definitely helps for that, but it might be some of my settings for like the CPU settings on OBS. Oh dear, I saw a wolf. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. i7-8700. I've got a 7700K. The 8700 is a really good processor, like Justin said there, J Wolf. That should be doing well for you. You just might need to pick a setting that works well with it on the CPU settings. I think I use fast as my preset for the CPU. I'd have to have a look. Actually, you know what? Let me have a quick look on my settings for you. Let's see. I use a preset for max quality, apparently. and high. My profile is set to high. I do have 2 buffer frames as well for it, keyframes. I think one of the things as well is to make sure you're set to constant bitrate rather than variable, because that will definitely help out a lot. I use X264. Oh yeah, the X264 encoder will be really rough on the computer or on the stream. I think unless you got like a really good internet connection, a really fast one, it struggles with the X264 one. Yeah, X264 uses processor rather than graphics card, so it's harder on your stream. GTX 260. I mean, 960, 260. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, in that case, oh yeah, true, yeah. If that's your graphics card, the X264 might be the best call for you to use, like the best setting for you to use. I've got a GTX 1080. That's what I'm using on this computer. Dude's really cool. Yeah, everyone's good here. It looks like everyone's got some good advice in general here, which is helpful. So, for sure, yeah. Look at a couple of your settings based on what parts in your computer you're using. And, yeah, I think Technical Lair's got it, you know, nailed on the head there. His recommendation is to always use a frame rate lock with a MSI Afterburner and playing windowed rather than borderless. Yeah, borderless definitely eats up CPU power as well. You need to be careful with that. I play some of these games in windowed. This one right now I'm playing in full screen. But I think when you do borderless in particular, it seems to really, like, eat up my frame rate when I do that. So, I tend not to do that. 2 things made a huge difference when I tried streaming. Yeah, for sure. The borderless window is definitely one to avoid if you can avoid it. I'm not sure how you managed to make it so your picture on your stream remains so stable. It doesn't even sag for a moment. I think that's just more because of my internet connection is fairly stable. And I'm not pushing like my CPU too hard. This game as well is not very like intensive on computers, I feel like, as well. Even at like the maximum settings. This is maximum settings for this game. It's not very like hard on the computer. I had a lot of trouble with Windows 10 in exclusive. Oh yeah, I've heard about that for Windows 10. I've got Windows 10. I've not used exclusive, but I know it causes problems for some people.
Hope nobody needs this.
Oh yeah, that is a good point as well that Justin brings up there. Are you streaming to your closest Twitch server that you're streaming to? Like, you're not streaming to one that's too far away or anything? Because that ping difference can cause some issues. Whoops. Get the torch out. I remember when I first started, I was streaming to... I think I was streaming to, like, the west coast of America from England. And that would give me some issues early on. Although back then I was only streaming at like about 1,500 bitrate, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not picking up all this coal because I might come down here for forging later. I think also with a stable internet and a good video card, you can achieve ideal quality in 720p. Yeah, definitely. I think definitely having just you have to play around with your settings a little bit. You can find some in-between settings that work well. You might honestly look at doing like some sort of weird bitrate setting that you wouldn't think of, like 3,250, for example. Just something like you do some slight adjustments until you find like a good middle ground for your internet connection and your like graphics card.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
When I first moved to the UK, mine was bounced into Chicago first. Oh yeah, because of all your settings on your computer. I imagine. Oh no, because your settings on Twitch would have told you to go to Chicago, wouldn't it? That would have been really bad. I think mine defaulted straight to, you know, Twitch's location in America, so that's why I had such a bad one initially. I remember trying 3,500 and a random number because I was inspired by the VRAM NVIDIA thing. Somebody suggested 4,000 and I chose 3,500 instead because who would notice? It doesn't... I think really what that does, pushing from like 3,500 to 4,000, it makes it so it's just a little bit sharper. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, honestly. It just probably cuts down some of the blurriness, like the slight blurriness. Again, though, this is all based on whatever game you play. Because if you play like a really old, like 2D game, you can get away with like 1,000 bitrate and it like looks fine, for example. Server. Oh yeah, yes. I don't know what that would be in another term, but I think Justin's got you covered there with oh, here's a set to auto. You want to if it's set to auto, I'm not sure really what would be best then. Because you can pick it manually, can't you, Justin, when you're searching for a server? What streaming software are you using? Oh yeah, that's a good point as well. I'm using OBS, so I recommend OBS very highly. It's a free software and it works really well with everything. I know Justin's not directing that at me, that question, but it definitely works very well and it is definitely worth checking out if you're not using it. Yeah, OBS is free and does a lot. I'm actually recording this at the same time as well with OBS. Like, I've been recording... Nope. Oh, where are you? Oh, there you are. Hey, wolf. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, yes, because I'm carrying the rabbits. They're probably, fascinated with my smell. Yeah? You want to start something, wolf? Let me just hop down here. I use XSplit, but it's not free. Yeah, XSplit requires you to pay into a... you have to buy a license for it. It's quite powerful, but it does pretty much all the same things as OBS does.
Cold.
It's almost not worth going for, honestly, if you don't want to pay for the yearly license for it. Hey, Justin. See you later, Filth. It was good to see you. Thanks for coming to the stream. I hope we've helped you with your stream settings. How are you doing today, Debbie? You what, wolf? Okay. Well, I've made it here, so I can quickly go in the basement. I could have dropped one of the rabbits that I'm carrying. That probably would have stopped the wolves. I didn't actually expect to survive Desolation Point, so... The fact that I'm heading out to Coastal Highway already is, you know, interesting. I'm trying to think of where to go now in Coastal Highway because of, I didn't expect to make it over there.
I think I can use this.
Yes, a hoodie. let me throw that on real quick. What condition is it in? It's a little bit better than a t-shirt is. I'm not getting some very good items though at the moment. I need some better ones. Oh hey, I know that name. Do you think Metro Exodus would be good to stream? I streamed Metro Last Light about 2 years ago when I was like dabbling into streaming again. I felt like Last Light was really fun to stream. There was quite a few people that came around to watch and stuff. Metro Exodus, I imagine, would be the same, but yeah, Technical is right there. It's a tough game to run, like, normally. Like, on my computer, it's tough to run, like, at a decent frame rate, with some of the settings turned up. I'm thinking about streaming a story-ish game. You could try Metro 2033 or Metro Last Light, then. They're both pretty good, and they run really well now. I would definitely cap it to 30 FPS and make sure you can get enough overhead performance otherwise. Yeah, definitely what Technical said there. Oh yeah, I've got these boots. Last Light was easy to stream for me. I had a weaker computer when I did that as well. I think I was using a... I think I had a... GTX 780 when I streamed Last Light. I streamed the Redux version, I think. Or did I? I don't know, either way I streamed Last Light and it was at a pretty good frame rate. Like, good frame rate, good quality and stuff. What do... I want to repair something, I think. I should probably eat something or drink something as well. Let me drink that soda. Oh no, I drank that soda. Okay. I should probably eat something just to make sure I keep myself from dying. Let's eat a stale chocolate bar. I'll start up Exodus and see how it runs. Yeah, definitely have a look at how it runs normally without streaming first. And if you do decide to stream it, you need to just double check on your settings and stuff for it, because the settings for streaming it would be probably a lot different to doing a normal stream of it. If you're looking for story games to stream, the Remedy games might be a good idea. I'd say Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control all seem to be good picks, but the last two might be a pain to run. I've heard Control is really rough to run at the moment. I am interested in Control, personally. But yeah, the Remedy games are good story games to have a look at. I think you've got Quantum Break, haven't you, Justin? That could be a good one to try out for stream.
All I can think about is food.
Quantum Break was interesting, but I felt the combat was boring. What's funny is I think my mum enjoyed Quantum Break a decent amount. She played it on the Xbox. I need to climb down from here. Hypothermia risk again.
Too cold to think.
I'm just trying to get through to Coastal Highway here rather than stick around here. There's probably some more things I could get here, but I just need to get out of this area. Avoid all the wolves and such. I like the way the game did the story. I heard the story was decent, and I don't know how the TV show integration thing was for it, but I've heard it was pretty decent story-wise, but the gameplay was sort of lackluster, somewhat. It feels very prototypey. Not as in the game, just as in unfinished. Oh yeah, I get what you mean. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I think
Surrounded by snow, but nothing to drink.
I do definitely want to give Control a go if I can get my hands on it. I've been trying to see if I can get driving gloves. I've been looking at some places, you know, like for YouTube people and streamers and such to see if we can get a code for control, but I probably won't be able to because I'm such a small fry in the big scheme of things, you know. But I think I do want to try it out sometime. Another playthrough of Life is Strange. Is there another one of those now? Another Life is Strange game? Also, I don't think I should have came onto the ice so early. There's a second season now. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I kind of wish the weather was a little bit clearer so I could see the island out here. I think that's it up ahead, yeah. I could try a playthrough and be a freaking dick. The line between a small channel and big channel is pretty small. Civ 11 went from being a niche channel to getting review codes and shoutouts from different big channels in a week. It is pretty true. I mean, I've received codes for games I've been interested in, you know. I've managed to get some codes for some games that I didn't think I'd get codes for. And, you know, end of the day, I'm only a 2000k sub channel on YouTube and an 80 follower channel on Twitch. Mean to everyone, tried to get people killed. I'd watch that. I just get up to this house up here. It's definitely a case where you just keep working at it and then suddenly your brand explodes overnight. Definitely, yeah. It's consistency that does anything for you on like YouTube or Twitch and stuff. Like, consistency is the best thing you can do as somebody who's like a content creator, I guess. Or an influencer. I hate the term influencer so much. But yeah, like, it's something to try, you know. I think the site that was giving them out, it was like, hey, you only have this many things. You can't have this. So, you know, it just didn't let me even try to request a code for it, so that was fun. So this is probably going to be our base of operations, this house, for a few days. I think I just walked straight past the entrance as well. Yeah, there it is. So it should be a kitchen. Cool. Oh wait, no, I can't use this. I have to make a fire outside. Well, back outside I go. People like to talk about the evil algorithm of YouTube, but I've worked enough to kind of see what's happening behind the scenes.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Oh, it's because I was too far away. There we go. A big channel makes a video, suddenly a small video will get 1,000 views or so views based on a similar topic.
Come on.
Yeah, I need to try and upload the streams more frequently. Yeah, I'm still catching up with mine. I've been doing it pretty well, though. I've been consistent.
It worked.
I tried to spread out some of them as well. Like, if I've got a bunch to upload at once, I try not to upload them all at once. And spread them out over a couple of days until I'm caught up. That seems to work for me. Some people will try to game the system by copycatting YouTubers. Oh yeah, I've seen that so many times. I still see that even from, like, channels of similar sizes. You know, channels that have got, like... A wolf just came up here. But yeah, I've seen that from channels that are, like, similar sizes to each other as well. Where they'll try to just gain views off of each other. The Battlefield community is really bad for that, actually. Let's see. Let's take that.
Tongue feels like sandpaper.
I know, I know. I'm gonna give you some water. Let's cook that, and I'll cook another can of beans. Having a back catalogue of great videos that aren't just current events really helps. Definitely, yeah. Some of my old videos definitely gained views just randomly over time. Also, the fact that this wolf ran over the fire at some point while I was like cooking water. I just noticed all the footprints. It like I saw it clip through me for a second as well. You'll see comments of, I just found your channel and started binging your videos. I've seen that quite a lot lately as well. Not on my channel in particular, but just in general. Definitely there's like a lot to take into consideration with YouTube these days. I'm going to put some more water on the boil here. And I'm going to go inside and check some things. I need to drop off some things as well, so I don't, like, die. Just have it, just an educated guess, though. It's a good guess, honestly. I think you're mostly correct with it all. I think a lot of people do complain about the algorithms and stuff. But I feel like a lot of people also don't put that much effort into their videos. Like, you know, the people who are really big that don't hardly put any effort into the videos. I think generally that's a lot of the people that complain. I don't have many, I just don't have time really for edited videos. Not everyone does. Yeah, I mean, luckily my work is, I mean, what I do for my work is I edit videos anyway, so that's why I've kind of gone more towards streaming lately, because I just don't want to be editing videos every single time I do anything. Because otherwise I'd be working to edit videos for my job, as well as edit videos for YouTube. And it was kind of becoming a drag, just doing nothing but editing all the time. But I do enjoy editing videos, like, otherwise I wouldn't have pursued doing it as a job, or I wouldn't have, like, applied for access to do the same thing, you know? Well, you edit as much as you need. Some niche benefit from videos with a lot of downtime. Like a Tarkov or a DayZ streamer. If you want a mainstream audience, though, downtime hurts. Definitely, yeah. I think downtime doesn't help too much on YouTube. I think on stream, downtime helps a lot more. When you're playing something like, you know, like you said, DayZ or Tarkov, they work really well as stream games. But, there's definitely... If you did the same thing on YouTube, you'd have to edit out, like, the downtime, ideally. Which is what I used to do when I used to play Long Dark on YouTube as well. I would edit out some of the time I'm just, like, you know, doing stuff like this, for example. Or traveling around to areas I've been to several times. And, you know, I just would edit that out, put some music in, some transition or something. Just because I didn't want to just be over-explaining things over and over again, or, like, talking about the same things over and over again, if you get me. In the video. Be like, hey, we're going over to this place, and then I'm going to go and do this. So yeah, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go over to this place. During all the downtime, you know. Definitely survival games make a good, like, what's it called? Survival games make a good stream game, usually. Just because of the downtime that's involved.
Need to eat soon.
And, oops. Nice drink. Oh, there's a toilet here, though. His videos just upload semi-regularly with lots of editing in a 10 to 30-minute video. Large amount of areas of downtime, technical problems. He doesn't need to crop out all of much. I see. When you are playing, you just don't want to stop talking during that bit and then recap that you've been doing that for the last 20 minutes. Yeah, that's what I usually tried to do when I used to do edited videos, Justin. But, I don't know. I found myself... The problem with me is I end up repeating myself a lot. Whether that's through nerves or what. Like, I enjoy talking. Like in videos and on stream and stuff. But I found myself always repeating stuff. If I didn't have something to talk about, I would always just end up repeating myself endlessly. On videos and stuff. So sometimes I just end up cutting out when I repeat myself. Or like, you know, putting some music over that, for example.
Gotta eat soon.
And just show a bit of a transition going on. I'm just really, I'm not a great speaker, that's the thing for me. Whether that's down to nerves or what, I don't know. You know, I'm a fairly anxious person, so it probably is nerves. But, I think it's also a bit of stage fright in a way. Ooh, a windbreaker. Yeah, I think it's a bit of stage fright as well, in a way. Because, I don't know, despite having, you know, done, like, music and stuff, played lots of live shows and stuff like that, I think talking and being, you know, talking to a few people or a lot of people is something that just plagues my mind when I'm, like, playing games and stuff for the stream or the channels or whatever. I just enjoy doing content for other people more than I enjoy doing my own, to be honest. I've tried to make my own content and just lose motivation eventually. I lost some of my motivation when I was doing some editing as well, for edited videos, for my own accord. But, you know, I did the same thing as well, like, what I tried to do initially, and, you know, it's still something I follow up to this point, you know, is I make things that I think people might enjoy, but I also make things that I enjoy doing myself. So, you know, obviously I'm playing Long Dark now, and I know some people enjoy it, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm playing this as well because this is a game I enjoy. That would happen a lot with a lot of games I used to play on the channel, like really old days on my channel. Whether it was a Let's Play or just like, you know, something like Battlefield, for example. I tried to make it somewhat enjoyable for whoever's watching, but I also didn't want to just make it so it was something I wasn't enjoying myself, because I know you can get into that sort of mindset sometimes where you don't do things that you enjoy. You end up just doing things for, you know, the views or the audience. And that's something I wanted to always try to avoid, even very early on. Like, I take requests and stuff, game requests and all that kind of stuff. And I'm always curious to see what other people want to see, you know. But I also feel you shouldn't compromise what you enjoy doing to always do that. Like, to go out your way to do that sort of thing. Because that definitely can affect things quite bad. Like, it affects your enjoyment. I've not searched this cabinet yet. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant there. A little bit of a tangent. Let's... If you ever want to edit, I produce loads of content, but I don't have time to edit. I have offered to do editing for some people before. I mean, some people like to have a bit more of a hand in it themselves, though, as well. I've offered to help Jeremiah before, you know, do his potato masher videos, whether that's just recording gameplay or like editing the videos for him. But I know he likes to have his hand in the editing process, you know, and he likes to do everything a certain way. I've looked at actually editing for one or two streamers as well, but I think that's something I might do more of at a later time when I've done, you know, more streaming myself. Let's dash over into this hut. Where are the wolves right now? There's actually no wolves on the ice. Oh no, there's one way out there. Oops. I keep doing that no matter what. Nothing else underneath it. I'm just deciding where I want to go. If I ever find someone who's willing, it will be good. But I'll need someone that gives good feedback on what could be better. That's something I've experienced, actually. You know, through editing videos, is just sometimes you don't get the feedback from the person you give the finished thing to. Like, feedback is always needed, whether you're the person editing or the person being edited for. You can't, like, read someone's mind, you know? That was always an annoyance for me, like, in certain times. That's the thing, I don't know how good my editing is from an outsider's perspective. Honestly, I've seen some really, like, you know, basic or bad editing, and, like, that's been fine. Like, a lot of people watch the videos and stuff. Like, if you're anywhere decent at editing it, or you know the program well enough, like, you can just, like, run loops around some of the people that edit on YouTube. For as far as, like, highlights or videos go and stuff. I've definitely seen, like, a lot of lazily edited together videos that really should be a higher quality for, you know, the audience that's, like, watching them. Hi, Mr. Bear.
Getting kind of thirsty.
I suppose wait, is he coming for me? I'm getting out of there. Hey, rabbit. Actually, that bear's gonna be really interested in me now. Nope. I'm getting out of there. I suppose the closest I have to a portfolio online would be some of the random memes I've thrown together in about a few hours for the fun of it.
Need to find some place
Testing
to
a Metro
escape this
stream
cold.
while I watch this. Cool. Yeah, hopefully you work out how well that's going to work for you. I hope it works for you. If you're testing Metro Exodus, yeah, you might have a bit of trouble doing it. But, you know, I'm sure you'll work out a good, like, compromise or, like, a good middle ground. Even if you were to stream it just in at 720p, I feel like that would make a massive difference. Rather than 1080. Because Metro Exodus isn't that fast-paced of a game, so it'd probably look fine, honestly. I've got a load of rabbit steaks I need to cook up. RTX off. Yeah, we can't all be like Dave with his RTX card. It shows me screenshots of Metro Exodus from time to time with his RTX on, and it like looks so cool. But yeah, unfortunately, that's something I won't have anytime soon. It's not really something I can like just put money into either, like a 2080 or anything. I say the best thing you can do on Windows 10 is to cap the frame rate. If you can't do it in game, do it with Reaver Tuner. There's something up here. I was completely unable to do anything on Homefront 2. After capping the FPS, I was able to go 900p, 30 FPS recording. Was it really that rough of a game for, like, performance? I don't really know a whole lot about Homefront 2 other than, like, people said it wasn't, like, all that great. Let's harvest this rabbit. I've got a lot of, rabbit to cook. So I'm probably going to go and cook all this rabbit. I need to drop all this extra stuff like the guts and the hide. I need to get some rabbit gloves. The rabbit gloves are so good. And then we've got some steak. Yep. I've got the torch still. Well, it's CryEngine, super CPU intensive. The game pushed fancy graphics. Oh, okay. Yeah, that explains it. That explains what you were talking about. Let's craft some rose hips. Do you know what you're going to move on to when you're able to move on to a new PC? Like parts and stuff? You got anything in mind? I can drop these. I don't use these at the moment. If the wind picks up, I won't be able to cook the rabbits and I'll have to eat my food. I've got a feeling that this is going to blow out. I might be better off making a fire on the front here so it's blocked. So the wind is blocked by the building. Well, I mentioned a Vega disaster. I mentioned my Vega disaster. Oh yeah, you did. Now the FreeSync wants...
Why didn't that work?
FreeSync works on GTX and RTX. I definitely jump in ship. 2060 is pretty good, yeah. I've heard good things. I'll take care of the CPU as soon as I can, but it might take some time.
Come on. Come on.
I don't know what I'd move to, honestly, after this computer goes eventually, you know? I'm not really sure what I'd do. Maybe I'd do like a, I might just do another 1080, honestly. I don't know what to go for CPU, though. With pre-Ryzen AMD, I'm on a dead socket, so basically just need a new computer. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, being able to upgrade is, you know, it's going to work out well in the long run. Rather than being stuck on, like, a dead socket, like you said. That's no fun. That was past time. It's gotten colder. I could probably cook the last one. Add a bit more fuel to the fire. Okay, now the wind's blowing towards me. This could be bad for the fire. Anybody want to jump over and see how the stream looks for 5 minutes? I'll probably be stopping here soon, so I can have a look in a minute, Justin. I just want to get this day over with on the game, and then I can have a quick peek. Past time until ready. Cool. I think I'm all good for now. Let me go inside and get ready to rest. I should actually repair some clothes real quick as well. Where's that windbreaker? Let's try that again. So I repaired it a small amount. Didn't really add much in the way of warmth though. I guess it is for just breaking wind. Well, let me break these curtains up, and then I'll eat, go to sleep, and then we'll call it a stream. But yeah, I'll come and have a look just for you in a minute or two as well. Because I need to get off anyway and get dinner started, probably. My wife should be home pretty soon. Right. So I've got plenty of cloth now. I've got enough drink to last me until tomorrow. It might be too dark for me to actually repair anything else. I can give it a try. That's failed. Failed. There we go. Cool. A little bit of extra wear on that. Right, let's go and sleep. Eat that rabbit. Eat it all. The gulp sound at the end there. And then I'll sleep because then I'll auto-save. Also pass the time and get me some health back. And then I drink. And then I'm good, I think. Yep. All good. Well then, everybody, he jumped down the stairs a little bit. I'm just doing this so it like resets the save there. I mean resets the autosave. There we go. Cool. I can't quit. Oh, it's because it was autosaving. Cool. Well, everybody, thanks everybody who came out to watch. Everybody new and old. It's been fun. I'll be streaming again tomorrow about 3 PM. Hopefully I'll be on time as well. I don't know what I'm going to stream tomorrow off the top of my head, but we'll see. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. And thanks everybody on YouTube who's watching these in the back catalogue. I'll see you again soon for another stream.